So, what I'm doing today is a more complicated version of what the translation kind of reading I did last time, which almost everybody was here for. So basically what I've done is I've got 50 historical avant-garde poems that I've translated over the years. 25 of them are Dada poems, which I've not seen, where this is the first translation in English. 25 are from other avant-garde movements that influenced Dada. I'm not going to perform 50 poems because there's not time. So what I'm going to do is, I've marked each of these cards with a number which corresponds to one of the poems. So we're going to see how many we get through. I'm going to have people pick a card and I'll perform that poem. But to make it more complicated, each poem will have 3 noisemakers accompanying it. So I'm going to get people who want to make some noise. Just a second. For which we'll pick rubber balls out of here to say which 3 instruments or kinds of instruments we'll be using for each piece. And then I'll give a very brief, maybe abstract idea of the tone of the poem to the people who are accompanying, and then we're just going to improv it and see what happens. Does that make sense? Ish? I also realize I'm totally off camera. What's that?
You're leaving a left a chance.
I am. I'm going Dada, so I was like, I kind of have to. If it was symbolism, I'd have to have it super locked down, you know? All right. So I don't know how the fuck this is going to work. We'll see. Who wants to choose a card? Pick a card, any card. Somebody. Oh, whoa. All right, you're next. Okay, what have we got? Just look at what I wrote on there, which is 41. All right.
We're all just getting back to it.
All right. Well, that's okay. Not to find. So now, let's see. You got to choose that. I'll let you choose some instruments. So these balls have a kind of instrument written on them. What's the first one?
Strings.
Strings. Okay, we only have one string instrument. Who wants to play this for? You want it?
Yes.
All right.
Jeez.
Who else wants to
First
do?
act. He didn't spare any space.
It's made about at one point. Also, these have coffee grinds on them. Sorry.
No, that was the bonus.
Yeah.
Wood block.
Wood block. So I've got 2 kinds of wood block. This one's, yeah, one's like a more, the other one's more of a. And then, who else? John. Okay, that one doesn't have anything written on it because it's too dark. So that one is a clacker. So one of these guys. All right. Now.
You want the ball back?
Oh yeah, thanks.
Do you want us to stand up there?
It doesn't matter. That's okay. Some of these poems are going to be like 20 seconds long, and some of them are like 8 minutes long. So let's find out what we got.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible we'll only do 2 poems today. I don't know. 41 is a decadent poem. Okay. This is so shambolic. Okay. All right, here we go. So number 41 is "The Beat of Blood" by Leon Valade. So he was a Parnassian decadent poet from working in the late 19th century. This is a poem about, well, you'll find out what it's about. A guy who likes to lick his girlfriend's blood. It's a decadent poem. All right, so that could be your tonal.
Decadent.
Yeah, your tonal instruction here for the instrument people is licking blood. When she who has imprinted her grace on my soul declared, a bit afraid and amused at her fear, that her finger had been pricked and cold, see here, when I saw among her other fingers folded where the ring finger in my hand quakes and sways, a bead of blood with gleams and red aglint. Before even my troubled spirit was aware, my eyes were keenly gulping the crimson there. And I perceived a thirst that arose to my lips keenly, so that I snapped up the puncture with fervor in the I snapped up the puncture with fever in the churlish desire for a lingering kiss. Meanwhile, blushing, half without daring enrage herself, she with a smile playing across her features, strove to vent without scowl the dread of that thrill. So by her voice, if rather tragic, I was named Drinker of Blood. So that's me, the drinker of milk. Me, whom the idol to its hive's honey invites. I partook of the august flavor of life. And thoroughly agape, I seek out, dear child, just what cryptic drive gave birth to this blind motion. When there upon the pallor of your nuanced hide, this garnet had hatched, did I harbor the notion that daring damp my lip at the heated liqueur, it makes your heart expand and your tempo beat quicker. I'd speak the tongue of your own component stuff. And, credulous as always when one is in love, did I inhale, so that finally my anguish might hear the fount of this ingenious heart and tender spirit. No smile of the Sphinx has enveloped ever enigma more obscure, O maids, than in you met. Have I then dreamed this freakish dream, or even yet? Before the so peculiar parcel of treasure in your veins, the secret of your waxing grace, which contours of your spotless cheek with pink endows, igniting the crimson of lips, and decorates with blooms the pale web of flesh, and never dries out. Lucky sap, through which every day is revealed more richly your sanctity, your freshness renewed. I, the restless dreamer who've always made so weary the exhaustion of living and doubting. Alas, did I shudder, as do ailing men who alter the single aspect of limpid and cheering water? But since you brought yourself to me those 3 days past to flaunt your wounded finger, what vainglorious visions with which all of my thought is packed, oh young lady. The indistinct evil that wielded your needle is out of mind, and during the span of your sleep is already reborn epidermis vermilion. And the flood that your heart distributes to the veins is reduced by not one single bead that's drained. And although at all times gloomy, at all times frantic, I praise your gentle breath unbroken and unrestrained, and what I always see when your mouth undertakes to form that smile full of consternating candor. All right. So that was from 1869, the Prenascent Temporana. All right. There's one. All right.
You sounded more like Butthead.
All right. Pick a card. Any card. Who wants to pick a card? All right. Look at the number I've written down there. What is that? What is it? Okay. Touche. All right.
So you guessed the card that you got?
Huh?
You guessed correctly the card that you picked?
Yeah, not a magic trick, I'm afraid. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is a dot-out poem. It's a short one. All right. Who wants an instrument this time? these Sharpies are not working. A slide whistle. All right. I only have one of those. So. Now I do, unless you want a train whistle, you could do a train whistle too. Well, that's your chance wins, buddy.
Train whistle.
Fuck it. Have the train whistle. Wait, it's in my hand.
Well, you give it somebody. I got 3 of them over there, so I just go get my own.
Yeah. Threatening me? Okay, who else wants, yeah, all right. What's that one? Woodblock. So we got 2 options for that.
There's a wood block.
Let's see here. Whichever you prefer. You'll need a stick either way. All right. This is taking longer than the actual poem, though. All right. So this is a Dada poem by one of the greats, Georges Lindsann. It's also about Eric Satie. So there's a little joke in the title here. So people may or may not know the Six. The Six was the group of experimental musicians who were like associated with Dada. One of them was named Ulrich is the last name, and then Eric Satie, which a lot of people will know. So, and then also you may or may not know that Jean Cocteau, who's often associated with Dada and the Surrealists, actually they fucking hated. So this is actually by Francis Picabia to Georges Lindsann, making fun of Cocteau and the Six. So it's called Ulrich Satie has Cocteau's nuts. Let's just use the title for your prompt for the tone of the music here. What's that?
Satie is not a part of Les Six. Les Six was the group of composers who were inspired by Satie.
Oh, okay.
He's the prototype.
Okay.
Not to be an anal retentive pedant.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, there's more than every crowd.
All right. Internal suckers! Yeah, the company is like at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like they did it last time.
Okay, what's that part out?
Internal suckers, tentacles of sound, cardinals, popes drowned, the cheese of the Russian salad of lozenges, in a wine shot of savvy ramifications, if one can speak within the spiral which scrubs the undies of the trousers to lie the music down. The green virgin of milk of woman in the arsenic, without indicating the precise place, made the smooth door slam. They're under surveillance. That's the whole poem. All right. Who wants to pick a card now? Here, you started getting up, so you win this one. Oh, yeah, good idea. Thanks.
Number 1.
Number 1, all right. This is obviously the best one. Let's see here. Okay, this one is actually by Lindsann, so we got a nice little lead on there. All right. Who wants an instrument this time? All right, I think you give him that 10th. Slide whistle. Sorry, you lose it. 10th.
Hope I get this one done.
Wood block? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. But hey, you know what? Fuck it.
No, that's
Take
all
it.
right.
Are you sure?
I'll take the tongue drum and you're calling the wood block.
Okay. This one?
Oh, well,
No, the one.
Or this one. Okay.
No, I want that one.
Oh, okay.
That's a tongue drum.
But
These are the tongues.
okay. But I do need this thing though. 'cause
Yeah.
I only have one. I only have one broken drumstick.
You're supposed to have this.
This was.
I've got another stick if you need it.
Who? Somebody has it. Okay.
Everybody sit on the train.
This is way harder than I thought it would be. Okay, who?
Go ahead, Dave. I got more. I'll bring more.
Who else? Okay.
An intern to do this.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be so hard. Yeah, okay, the stringy majig. This is called a stringy majig. And then one more person, right? Anybody else? I'm just gonna go with Matt. All right, fuck it.
It's my nicest one.
Again, this is super short, so. Okay. I haven't been using this thing at all, have I?
No, you have not.
Start over.
I thought the sounds would be like drowning me out, so it's not really that necessary. But... All right. So this is called J by Ribben Lindsann, the guy who the last poem was dedicated to. It's super short. Let's
Can I
say
still toot my whistle?
boiled egg. There's your tone. What's that?
Can I still toot the whistle or am I out with this?
Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, make noise. I don't care.
Uh-oh.
Not that I'm passive aggressive. I literally whatever. Let's just go. Is the name of it. Colorful ventriloquist. Within her bladder is re-uplifted after a descent by parachute. The brain of the beloved. The boiled egg of her roasted dreams. Butter. Sulfur. Platinum. And then nothing. And so all right. All right. 44. All right. Let's see here. Home 44. Okay. Oh. You know, I said that we might get some really long ones. Well, this isn't heavy. This is fairly long.
Right. Well, you were doing it in the time I was doing the three.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do this. If anybody wants to just use an instrument, take it and then just move them around so somebody doesn't get, you know, like if somebody wants one, it doesn't get one. Trade them out. It's not very entertaining to watch me try to make these decisions. So it's
Oh, yeah.
well,
Considering we have better ideas.
wasn't the one of this really bad?
I'll say, no, have it. I was like, if nobody's gonna blow
You
it.
can share it. I mean, you can move it back and forth.
Here you go.
I'm gonna put it in this area. Somebody can use it.
I just want somebody.
All right.
The metal.
All right. Let me see here. Okay, so this one is by Valentine de Saint-Croix, who's one of the more obscure Dada, and one of the French futurists as well. So she started out as a symbolist in her 20s, ended up as a Dadaist in her like 40s. So an interesting, and then converted to Islam, moved to Egypt, and kind of moved into like anti-colonial activism around the World War II. So this is called To Exist, and I'm going to say aspirational. There's my little prompt. Okay. This is from 1920. We flee to new countries to conquer, cities to batter, men to create, to lead and dominate, sons of our mind and sons of our force, to unknown, which alone's worth striving for. At dawn, habited in homespun and hide, as males beneath the sun, igniting our loins, brain of the machine, muscles 100-fold, with rigid knees at the flanks of our horse, or beside our knees hollows, taut and high-strung, as victors who create and renounce all destructions, ravening for seed as the earth we violate. We discern within our mighty lungs, in turns, where rings out or penetrates the brutal, inebriating potency, whilst all around us, within us, amidst the mist of the earth now vanquished, in a cloud deifier of debauchery, bestial and fecund, shall ascend higher. The sweat that flecks our breasts, our own body's heat, and our exultant voices in the searing light would hurl piercing, incoherent screams of our inexhaustible potency. Serene and heaving deep we would abide in the audacity of reckless heroes, in the effort, the stud of world, exulting to rejoin within us all, being as new as the first animal. As gloaming, whilst all shall fall to sleep, all in a mask and gold bedecked, all like gorgeous females, refined by the orgy, free, diverse, forever frenetic, hearkening to the dust, plucking up the symphonies, poets drunk on potencies, on luxuries, on fun. In our eternal work of the renewed word, we shall manifest life and mind, our soul's diaphanous perfume. Wave upon wave, which submerge the universe, singing our rhythms and multiply the music of our sovereign subjectivities. Beyond material potencies, luxuries, prolific females, all-powerful creators, proud and disdainful of definite immortality, we would be deities, molding at dawn's but flame, earth and man, laying down rhythm, the night through the word, the mind. We would be in dream and act, the sublime and divine. All right. Who wants to pick a card? Okay.
Train whistle.
Alright, we're 61, guys.
Well, luckily, everyone's 50, so. Slide whistles are awesome. The slide whistles are so underrated.
You have an antique something old slide whistle?
I have an orchestral quality slide, which I left at home today.
I didn't want to overhype it, but I didn't
Yeah.
think that what you said.
But I left it at home because I'm an idiot, so. Oh well. But plastic slide whistles can be really good too. 19. Okay. 19. We got some Tristan Zara. Alright. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Here's Tristan Zara. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. This is called Dodgy Desires, Vertigo's Key. I guess you can use that as your prompt. Madame takes the gallop, whistle blast to the frontier, proper simple soul in stenography, accompanies the rare collections of free entry assassinations. Under the table and inside the walnut,
venison are seeking the lung, soaked in black ink. Elevator for animals, sailboat's entrails, dock banana Cuba. You're going, you're coming, and it's always the fragile gospel ear. But to think that the soul mandates internal posts to the brain barracks of agile instincts, diminished, ever diminished. Receipt, response, he loves thee, goodwill, etc., 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 etc. One waits around, overworked for the light slivers, he tweaks the fingers. Satanic infection, jaundice, the scar of tropical swelters. One waits around for friends and other stuff, with reproach for the grammatical vocations of tightrope walkers in class.
All right, let's see.
They all say train whistle. Two. We did one, now we're on to two.
All right, moving on up.
First there was one, now there's two.
It's almost biblical. Let's see. All right, so here we go. It's another super short one. All the dotted ones are short. This is.
It's the grindcore poetry.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's true.
Okay. That gave me an idea.
I just want you to learn how to arrow.
Okay, so this is another Rebemol de Seine called Théophile. And yeah, we're gonna do it as a grindcore song. If you don't know what that means, just make lots of noise. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be super short. Théophile, Rebemol de Seine. I get happy. I've never seen you.
Learn it root.
All right. Let's do this one more. Okay.
Not three.
That would be something.
Hold on. It's king. 33.
I'm saying like,
Wow. We got
it's like the three of threes.
11.
All right.
Wait, what were the three cards so far?
What's that?
What were the three cards so far?
We haven't had 40 something. 40
We had like
Train whistle.
A 1.
41,
19,
1,
22,
22, 2,
That's my lottery numbers.
A lot of double digit ones. What is this? Shit, I just lost track.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, thank you.
Only I see it.
I just rattled off a bunch of other numbers. All right.
Okay, I'm retired.
Okay. And this is by a Parnassian poet named Elisa Sefer, this is, I believe, her only poem ever translated probably into any language. Called Pluvios. Pluvios is a month in the French Revolutionary calendar. It's January to February. So this was published during the authoritarian regime of Napoleon III, and it's part of a series of short poems that each are about a different month in the French Revolutionary calendar, which is about as explicit as you could get and get published and only get on the government list in France at the time. So there's your. It's very rainy, muddy. Muddy is your noise prompt for this one. Pluvios. The cloud gets disemboweled just like fruit that is spoiled. 1,000 muddy rivulets crawl through the streets, and the muck sluicing off the roof, the wall despoils. The topsoil's all pocked with carbuncles that reek. The contaminant air is imbued with sewer's dust. This malodorous breath of that which is surcease.
Now, carnival of atrocities and disgusts, fevers and cowardice sweep through town unreserved, from macabre hospitals to cesspits of abyss. Because Pluvios reigns and the thaw that's turned servile, for its pleasure the watered-down world now remolds into ambulance, slum, prison, vile and perverted. The new ennui, the old unrest, the swindled hope, and the lasting feeling of his power unsung, all redound upon he who always takes the blow, who with horror can feel how his lifetime has shrunk.
Some good shit in there. How are we on time? I have no idea.
It is 1:20.
How long? Do you know how long we've gone?
What's the time there?
Okay.
Am I about to go over?
31.
31. So I should probably stop, shouldn't I?
Doomsday will be next, right?
What's that?
Doomsday's next,
Yes.
I think.
Let's do one more so it doesn't end with that weird shit. All right. Oh.
Alright.
47.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's a terrifying number.
Prime number, ew.
What's
Ew. Immediately start to think what's invisible, but I don't want there to be.
okay? Oh, okay. It's a short one. All right. Got a Gerard de Nerval. All right. Sir Gerard, let's see. I'm not going to say everything about Gerard because there's way too much to say about him, but you don't know who he is. But let's say the most Dada thing I think of the many stories about Nerval is he bought a pet lobster and found the garter of the Queen of Sheba, which he bought at a thrift shop, and used that as a leash to take his lobster out on walks in downtown Paris, supposedly. I'm not convinced that that is technically even possible, but that's the story. So this is from 1832, and he was a big influence on surrealism. This is from 1832. It's called The Black Spot, and I'll say mystical can be the key word here. All right, this will be the last one. Whomever has stared at the sun unflinchingly seems stubbornly afloat before their eyes to see, in every place, up in the air, a living blot. Just so, very young, yet and even more reckless, my eyes for one moment on glory once rested. There remains in my zealous gaze an inky spot. Since then, a sign of trauma with everything mixed, everywhere, at every sight where my eye is fixed. I can see it there, posing still, the blackened smudge. Why always? Ceaselessly between me and delight. Oh, only the eagle, a blight on us, a blight. They view with impunity, glory, and the sun. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, thanks.